Hello, this is Coach Clint with Online Coaching. This is part 2 of my video series with Crystal on nutrition from model to athlete. I left off last time explaining that when I have a client come to me looking for nutrition, it's usually a lifestyle nutrition plan or a contest diet plan, or even a wedding or a vacation, getting in shape. So it all depends on what you're looking for at the time. With Crystal, I mentioned before that it was for a lifestyle, meaning she wants to be the best she can be 80%, not 100%. 100% is unrealistic for the next 30 years of Crystal's life, if not longer. So it's a 24-hour, 365-day-a-year plan. First, we also talked about inflammation and diabetes and all the things like that we want to avoid, or at least delay. I think you can. It's proven in science. Like I said, I listen to thousands of hours of nutritional podcasts, etc. So, Crystal's approach. Inflammation, I discussed, causes dead cells, and so usually we try and figure out what causes inflammation, and that's grains, wheats, breads, all sorts of products like that. You have to take out if you're looking for health, on top of just being looking good and feeling good about yourself every day of your life. So basically, we changed her carbohydrate sources from breads and cereals and oatmeals, and we went straight with clean burning foods like red potatoes and yams and white rice, mainly for her carb sources. And we also believe in a lot of fibrous carbs, the greener sources like spinach and broccolis and lettuce, asparagus, etc. All the basic things you can find in the grocery store. Just stay fresh, and if you can't afford organic, just do the best you can. So by changing those food sources, we also had to bring up the protein and the healthy fats. So her protein sources, well, we started slow, and we used some fish and of course chicken. We didn't use much red meat at the start because we just wanted to just basically ease into the change of the diet and being dedicated to the timing, getting that down. It took Crystal over a year to slowly groove into this. Now, I'm not saying that it takes a year, but it depends on the client. Some people accept change and some people don't very well. They feel neglected if they can't have a Pop-Tart, etc. And you can have these things. But remember, this is based on the individual, and Crystal wants health, to be an athlete, to be dedicated to something, to feel good every day of her life. So this is for her. Maybe it's not for you. So this diet's going to be based on protein and healthy fats, and carbs are going to be added around expenditures such as training, or even if there's a day planned out on walking around the city, even in a vacation walking around the city, carbohydrate sources can be utilized so you don't feel tired all the time. Also, once you start switching from fats as an energy source from carbohydrates, it's a transition. You'll feel slow and lackluster, but fats burn, very, very long, even longer than twice as long as carbohydrates. So they don't spike insulin. You'll find that your moods are better. You won't have energy highs and lows. You won't retain as much water, which brings your blood pressure down. Now your blood pressure's down, you're healthier right there. I have lots of clients that now have low blood pressure because they chose a similar concept as Crystal for nutrition. It's a great direction. One more tip in this video. This is beef that we bought. We usually go to a grass-fed type outlet for our beef, And since they only had lean ground, what is done here is you chop it up, you put a lid on, and you steam the beef. Then you let it steam for a while. You chop it up again to make sure all the red's exposed. You put another lid on it again. You steam it for a little bit longer, and what that does is that steams all the fat out while you're slowly browning the meat. It doesn't dry it out that way. Then I just drain it into the sink and rinse it off, drain it again, and then I brown it at a high temperature to make sure it's safe to eat later on. As you can see, it's being drained here. Just a little trick: if you want to make your beef even leaner, you can make it beef as lean as chicken if you really wanted to, and without ruining it, making it taste like rubber or sawdust or however you want to describe. So after Crystal's concept was basically healthy fats such as avocado, coconut oil, extra virgin olive oil, almonds. Those are the healthy fats that she's going to use as energy sources. And the carbohydrates, like I said, were going to be red potatoes, yams, sweet potatoes, white rice. White rice is not high glycemic if it's combined with vegetables or meat product. If you eat meat, you bring the glycemic index down because you slow down the digestion. All glycemic index is based on foods by themselves, so there is no insulin spike with rice, and it's a very clean burning nutritional source of carbohydrates. And again, all her carbs are based around training. Also, Crystal started off doing cardio, basically walking up hills first thing in the morning on an empty stomach to start bringing her level of body fat down to where she was comfortable. And that took a while, and that's hard to get out of bed when you're used to staying up late and sleeping in. That took a while for Crystal to get used to, but she did. And I had to check on her and ask her if she did her cardio in the morning, and she'd say no. And I'd say, why not? And she said she didn't hear the alarm. So anyhow, just be patient with yourself and understand that it takes time, and everything is done slowly, which I will get into in much more detail. I just want to get the series rolling and get it started for you. So maybe you guys can pick up on a few things and slowly change yourself. And if you want a target for yourself, please contact me. I'll definitely help you in any direction that you so desire. We can work around children, activities if you're a family, school, your work, what type of job you have, how many hours you have to work out in a week. And you'd be surprised how little you can get away with and get fantastic results as a lifestyle to get physically in shape and be strong and happy and smile every day when you see in the mirror. It's not unrealistic. We can definitely help you get there. And I'll also get some before and after pictures of Crystal, and we're still working on the after because she's not quite where she wants to be. It takes time, and if you're patient, you'll get there, and at the end of the day, you're going to extend your life, and you're going to look better doing your life, and you're going to have way more energy and health. And that's the true beauty of all this. But for now, stay tuned for part 3. If you guys can subscribe to our YouTube page, that'd be great. It's Coach Clint. Thank you.